Hello, and welcome to today's talk show on Let's Get to Know You. Today we have a special guest by the name Tutu Westerhoff. Tutu is a singer and a songwriter, and she's the founder of Momentos Box, a home textile and lifestyle accessories brand. It's a mix of African essence and European style, a fusion of vibrant colors and harmonious designs. Her designs go through eco-sustainable and eco-sustainable manufacturing processes. But I wouldn't be doing the talking. I'm going to let Tutu do more of the talking because it's about you. It's about knowing the face behind the brand. It's about knowing what you do. So first of all, I give you the floor to please tell us about yourself before we go into the business. You have the floor.
First of all, thank you so much for the invitation. It's my pleasure to be here. And but you said almost everything already. You said so much about me. My name is Tutu Westerhoff. I live in Cologne, Germany. I am a mother of three wonderful children, and yeah, I'm a designer, singer, songwriter, and a lover of everything that's creative. Let's put it that way. Write stories and do poetry, everything that has to do with creativity. That's where I feel comfortable. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's good. So you're a mother of three. How do you juggle between motherhood and business life, and how is it going?
Well,
Please tell us.
it's fine. It's fine. It's all about the passion. Do you want to do it, or how much do you want to do something? My children are older now, but I remember when they were younger, I would go to bed very late at night. I would stay up until really sometimes 2, 3 o'clock because I had the passion and I understood that I had to work extra hours to make my dream or my vision become real. So now they're older, they don't really need me much. Now I'm begging them to come to me. So yeah, it's
Good.
doable.
Okay. So could you walk us through your experience starting your brand Mementos box?
Okay. I used to work in daycare. I used to have like be a Tagesmutter, also have front to house. That means have a house, a little house where I would take care of kids. I employed another lady to join me, so we were able to take care of a couple of kids. And I worked in daycare for about 13 years here in Germany. And at some point I just felt like I needed to change, things needed to change when I turned 40. At 40, that's when I turned 40, I thought something needs to change. I need to do more of what I enjoy. And so I stopped and I decided to just write because I loved writing. Started writing songs, and I ended up writing over 80 songs in 1 year. And I looked for a record company to release the songs. No, a record company that has singers that would like to sing my songs. I didn't write them for me initially. And as time went on, I couldn't find a record company that was willing to, that has artists for my songs. So I decided to do it myself. That's why I, recorded my album. And it was a wonderful experience. It helped me to grow within and understand my limits and know that I can basically, if I put my mind to something, that I'm able to achieve it, because there was no record company, there was no support from left or right. I just knew that I wanted to do this. I needed to do this. So I focused on that. And at the same time, I started a blog because I thought if you need a blog to, promote your music, hey. And the blog was called Momentous Box. Momentous Box as in mom, moments. That was the idea behind it. So I was writing blogs on motherhood and maintaining a home, and just tips and tricks and shortcuts, and about home and lifestyle.
Okay.
And a Momentous Box, that's where the name came from. And then after a while, I was like, this Mementos box is a nice blog, but it would be nice if it would make some money. So I decided to start sewing accessories using wax print fabrics. And yeah, that's what I did. And I incorporated an online shop to the blog,
Wow.
and that was excellent because opened so many doors for me. And the online shop was doing great, and I started doing markets because people were inviting me to their events. If I
Yeah.
could, set up a table and sell, I would do headbands and bracelets and pillows and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was how it started out. And from there, I just it just evolved, and I got to the point where I said, it's nice using wax print, but I want my own fabric.
Oh,
I want
okay.
my own design, something that's me, to make my products more unique.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's where we are today. I designed my own fabric, and that's the new Momentous box that you see on my online shop.
So
Yes,
that means this design that are currently on your that you make
right.
are, from you,
Are
your,
all mine.
your
Yes,
designs.
my designs. My designs. That's why I said I wanted something that's a little bit of African and European,
Mix.
cosmopolitan, and because I find like there are a lot of us out here that want that combination, that mix, to make us feel comfortable.
Mm.
And I also feel like, yeah, we consume a lot from Europeans and from in general, and I wanted to create something, a fabric, a design that Europeans can also use, because we buy all this stuff. You know what I mean? We give them so much money back, and really think we should focus on creating things so that they can buy from us, and this is a way of generating wealth for our children and our children's children. And that's one thing that I really like to emphasize on, is saying we should create more, and create more of higher standard products, so that other people, other ethnicities, other races can buy from us. That's the most important thing. That's the only way for us to move forward, because we like to make things for ourselves. We like to make hair products for ourselves. We like to make clothes for ourselves. We like to make everything for ourselves. But if we want to grow as people, as Africans, and move forward, we need to create things that other people are interested in, other people value. And that's the message that I like to send out.
So like when you why did you then go into the home design, home textile design? Like,
because
what was the idea behind going
be-
into this particular area of the design?
because that's me. That's just what I'm interested in. If you look at my story, even from the word go, in daycare, I had this house that I decorated. It was like a beautiful place. All these mothers would love to bring their children to me to take care of, because the whole ambience, the whole place had a wonderful touch, a wonderful feel. And the thing that I strongly, strongly believe, I really strongly believe it, that a key to Africa's growth begins at home. Home is a very special place. The way we raise our children, the way we set our home up, the way we feed our children, all these things play a big role in making them strong and independent people that will go on and become serious men and women, or happy men and women. So the home in which your children are growing now is a very sacred, a very special place. That's the foundation. That's where they learn. That's where they should come and be happy. That's where they relax. That's where they rejuvenate. That's where they grow. So home is a special place for me. So everything I talk about has always been about home. If the values at home are strong, that's the how do you say, fundament. That's the foundation you're laying
Yeah,
for your
okay.
children and for yourself. So home has always been something special to me, because I see a lot of times some people's homes are just like, oh, home, it's just my home, but you pay rent for your home. It costs,
That,
it's a lot of money. That home is supposed to serve you. It's supposed to be a place that makes you want to be able to, makes you able to do the things that you want to do.
exactly.
So if you have a home that's all, I don't know, your bedroom, clothes, and boxes under your bed, you're not able to relax. That's the fact. And it has nothing to do with, oh, that's, European way of thinking. Oh, that's not the way it is. It's scientifically proven. You should be able to value your space, because it's that space that gives you the energy to go out and do things outside of your home. That's where you relax. If you sleep nicely, you'll be able to go to work
Nicely.
in a different way. If you set up your living room in a beautiful way, you'll be able to smile and be happy to have people coming in. If your bathroom is made nice, so you'll be able to, it's like a spa, you'll be able to make yourself nice and beautiful. And that gives you a lot back. So that's why home has always been something special to me. Yes.
It's really now I understand why you take this home thing really, really because you just
Yes,
mentioned home is a sacred place, and
it
then there's
is.
this energy that goes around it that you have to make like keeping the place in a way that you feel very comfortable in. And there was something I saw on your Instagram where you mentioned nobody should ever feel like they have to escape from home. Can you expand on this?
It leans back to what I said earlier. Home is the place where you feel relaxed. When the
Mm-hmm.
whole world, when the whole world is at war, we experienced that. The last couple of years have been a catastrophe all over the world.
True.
When you feel like you're going outside, you get some kind of virus or disease, there's war, there's racism, there's whatnot. At least there should be at least one place where you're able to come back and feel safe.
And that is
And
home.
that really, and that's a message to all mothers. That's like our only responsibility. Only response. If you're not able to give your child something to eat for 2 days, it's better than if you don't give your child love. If that child is hungry, if that child knows that you love it, you're there with it, you're comforting it, it can cope. It can cope.
Oh, that's good.
So that home thing is something very special. Right.
Okay. And there's this kapot. Can you tell us more about kapot, which you use in making your pillows and
Oh,
decorations?
kapok.
Yes,
Kapok?
kapok.
Okay, kapok is a fiber. It's a fiber that I use to stuff the pillows, right? It's just a wonderful fiber, because you see, because my fabric is organic. First of all, I made sure that I chose the highest quality, with the highest organic certificate to print my fabrics on. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to put these cushions, pillows in these cushions, I also want them to be of good quality. So I did my research. I didn't want any polyester or anything synthetic. And I came across this fiber called kapok. And kapok, it has a natural pesticide, meaning that all these animals and insects don't attack it. It doesn't attract pesticides, because it has some bitter substance, which makes it naturally an organic fiber. And that's why I really did my best, did a lot of research until I was able to find someone to to support me in bringing that into my shop. Yeah.
That, so the organic nature makes it protective, or what exactly does this organic nature do to our skin or
Um,
to
oh,
our feel?
the organic fabric, it just means that, a lot of times we don't
Mm.
focus on it at all, and it's very, very, it's very dangerous, because the
I think,
textile
I,
industry is
sorry,
the
I don't
tech.
mean to cut you, but I'm trying to say maybe we don't focus on it because we don't know.
Yeah,
So
absolutely,
since this is your
my
fact,
field.
you can tell us
We don't.
more about
Yeah,
it
yeah.
so we know.
We don't focus on it because, as you said, we don't know. The textile industry is a very dangerous industry. It's also one of the most wasteful industries. And I focus on things being organic, because the coloring process, right? And even from the roots of the cotton itself, the chemicals that are used, sprayed on the cotton, and that's woven and dyed with dangerous chemicals. That's what we put on our skin, which causes cancer and other skin diseases, and
Mhm.
that's something that we should try to focus on. I think it makes more sense to have less and good quality, you know and yeah, and it goes on and on, not only in the textile industry, because I like to talk about home as well. Even our pots and pans, we should be more aware, or microwave, and just think a little bit more what is good, what is healthy for our family.
Mhm.
What bed sheets are my children using? I know it's a question of money. I totally understand that.
Agree.
But then again, it makes a difference. If you buy a cushion that costs you 30, 40 euros, and you put it in your living room, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to stay there for a long time. Whereas if you buy a cushion that costs 4 euros, 5 euros, by 2, 3 months, you're going to change it, because it doesn't even, first of all, it doesn't have value in your mind because it was cheap. And
Okay.
second of all, the qualities might be wrong, might be bad. And so that's the idea behind the whole thing, getting things, bringing things in your home that have value. Why shouldn't you have something valuable? You deserve it.
True. Very,
Yes.
very true.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you tell the younger creative designers coming after you or coming behind you?
I'll tell them to be bold and daring. I'll tell them to look deeper into the system,
Hmm.
deeper into the system, how things function. And yeah, and also to definitely work together with nature. I'll just say to be more aware of how they produce, because the fashion industry, as you know yourself, I'm sure you know, is one of the most wasteful
Mm-hmm.
industries. Yeah, that's the advice that I'll give them, to be more mindful with their production. Yeah.
And when you say mindful of their production or with their
Mhm.
production, due to the fact that the fashion industry is quite a wasteful one. Now we're
Right.
looking at sustainability. How would you encourage them to be more attentive in a way that they can protect nature as well as produce whatever it is that they're producing, fabrics or clothing or whatever it is, designs?
Yeah.
How can they have that in their head and then work towards that line of sustainability as well as protecting the nature?
Well, basically, if there's passion in it, if they have passion and they love what they're doing, then they will be able to focus on making something great, make something great, something meaningful, because many people can sew.
Okay, but not everybody can design
Not everybody can
a
design. Not everybody can design, right? That's very true. So make it meaningful, make it valuable, make it something that someone can, wants to treasure. Someone says, "Wow, this is nice," and that's really, I think that's really important. That's
okay.
really important for the youth, especially, to just, look a little bit deeper and go beyond. Uh, uh, um, I don't know, saying, "Oh, I'm just making a garment. I'm just making a dress or something." Look beyond that. Make the person who's going to wear it really feel something and say, "Wow, I've got this. This is nice." That's important.
Yeah. So how can we reach you, Momentous Box Tutu? How can we contact you? Where exactly are you located? And
Um,
what are your social handles?
Right. I am located in Cologne. I don't have an offline shop. I have an online shop, www.momentousbox.de or .com. That's my online shop, or you can find me on Instagram. I'm also on Pinterest and on Facebook, although Facebook and Pinterest, I'm not the best. I try, but it's not always that easy. I'm mostly on Instagram. I have three Instagrams altogether. One for music, that's Tutu Westerhoff. One for my home textiles, that's Momentous Box. And I also have a very small but a very nice and very interesting Instagram called Homistics, where I talk about maintaining, and mastering a beautiful and loving home. It's called Homistics. Yes.
That's good. Thank you so much for giving us your time, Tutu Westerhoff. And don't forget to follow her on Instagram on her three pages, Mementos Box, Tutu Westerhoff, and Homistics. And also don't forget to follow us on Ogality Official and as well as I am Chilo One. And thank you so much for joining us today for this
Thank
talk show. And we really appreciate the time that you've given to us. And your designs are really beautiful. And we want to say thank you for telling us more about thinking in the area of organic textiles and keeping the home and energy within the home safe.
Can I say one last thing?
Please, you have the floor.
Um, we also have to think about our continent, the African continent, because at the end of the day, we are the ones that suffer from all the entire textile industry because all the leftovers, all the clothes that other countries do not need, they send them back home. And that destroys our continent in many ways. First of all, it destroys the fashion industry because the local tailors are losing jobs because people would prefer to go and get what we consider on junks, these cheap clothes, right? And amongst these cheap clothes, there's so many that don't even end up in the markets. They get thrown away and and destroy the seas, right? And there's so much fabric in the water, in the ocean, and that's a catastrophe. So to all the future fashion designers, that's also a message that I'd like to send to you. Maybe you can think of other ways to stand up or create some awareness about this issue so we can protect our mother Africa.
And that, just like you just mentioned, protecting Mother Africa and the fashion industry as well. This has gone beyond even the fashion designers themselves because it has to do with policies. If there's
Absolutely.
a strong policy to say, okay, we are not taking used clothes from all these other continents, then we focus on our own continent and what we produce, as well as being mindful that
Mm,
what we produce should be something degradable so that we don't, create so much waste.
yes. And then we'll use things for longer. And then we'll
You know,
value things. You have something and you know this is my garment. I will wear it for the rest of my life. And not think, oh,
you
a new one. It was cheap. It was cheap. I bought it at the market. That's the wrong mindset.
know.
Wrong mindset.
Thank you so much, Tutu, for your
Thank you for
time.
having me. All right.
And we will see you in the next talk show. This
Thank
is me saying goodbye and have a nice day.
thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.